time is 6:15. Here's the news edited by Anjana Dodamgoda, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. The President orders loss-making Sri Lankan and CPC to justify bonus payments. Prime Minister appreciates the transformative efforts of the Fisheries Ministry to increase national production. The expressway bus fare is reduced. Liturgas decides to reduce the prices of domestic LP gas from tomorrow. Accepting nominations for elections for local government bodies from January 18th. Foreign news, record 45,000 migrants made canal crossing to UK last year. Sports news, rally driver and YouTube star Ken Block dies in snowmobile accident aged 55. Local news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has asked chairpersons of loss-making state institutions, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and Sri Lankan Airlines to justify the payment of bonuses despite the Ministry of Finance having not to pay bonuses to loss-making corporations and boards. The President has asked the chairpersons of the two institutions for explanations based on a report that they have paid bonuses contrary to government circulars. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has paid 2 months' salaries to its employees and Sri Lankan Airlines has paid 100,000 rupees as bonus to each of its employees, according to the report handed over to the President. The Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says the transformative efforts taken by the Ministry of Fisheries to increase the national production is highly appreciated, as there has been a transformation in protecting the fish harvest for the fishermen. The Prime Minister made this observation Tuesday while attending a ceremony held at the southern terminal of the Dikko Fisheries Harbour to sail off the multi-day fishing vessel, with cooling systems launched as a pilot project to safely bring home the fish harvest from the sea. Minister of Transport and Highways Bandula Gunawardena says bus fares for passengers on expressways will be slashed by 10% with effect from midnight today. The expressway bus fare revision comes a day after Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and Lanka IOC reduced the price of auto diesel by 15 rupees per litre. Following the price cut, a litre of auto diesel is now priced at 405 rupees. The National Election Commission has announced that nominations for the upcoming local government elections will be accepted from January 18th to 21st. Accordingly, candidates can deposit their bonds up to 12 noon on January 20th, 2023. The district secretariats have issued a notice calling for nominations for 340 local government bodies today. The chairman of Election Commission, Nimalji Puncheheva, said the opportunity has been provided from tomorrow to deposit the bonds for the independent groups that are contesting the election. Meanwhile, MP S.M. Chandrasena says that local government elections will not be postponed under any circumstances. This was revealed at a media briefing held today at SLBC headquarters. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing with more local news, a Finance Ministry senior spokesperson said that if an emergency election is held this year, the government will lose money even to buy paddy in the next season. He said that if it is not possible to buy paddy, there is a risk of paddy market collapsing again. He also emphasized that due to this situation, only the private sector may buy paddy and the farmer will be in a helpless situation and the price will drop rapidly. The Agriculture Department has predicted that a good harvest of paddy will be obtained in the early season and rice yield in the main season may increase. The Traffic Police Division of Sri Lanka Police has been provided with a novel unit of equipment in an attempt to minimize the occurrence of road accidents in the country. Accordingly, it is reported that the device is able to accurately identify those driving under the influence of alcohol. Sri Lanka saw a grave increase in road accidents last year, most of which were caused due to drunk driving. Thus, this new device was introduced so as to potentially reduce the risks of the accidents caused by such factors. That ends the main news story.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Finance State Minister Rajat Singh said the inverters and the solar panel needed to generate renewable energy will be exempted from the port and airport development tax. He said the decision was taken to encourage the production of electricity through renewable energy sources. This tax exemption has been granted by the Gazette Notification 2312/67 issued by the President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Accordingly, the State Minister said that arrangements have been made to exempt the port and airport development tax from 10% on static converters and inverters imported under HS code 8504.4. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight, Litro Gas Sri Lanka Limited has decided to reduce the prices of domestic LP gas from tomorrow. The chairperson of the company, Mr. Mudita Perez, stated that the price of a domestic LP gas cylinder weighing 12.5 kilograms is expected to be slashed by an amount ranging between 200 rupees and 300 rupees. Accordingly, the exact figures will be announced tomorrow. That came to you on Watchlight. Moving on to world news, let's take a look at the headlines. A record 45,000 migrants made canal crossing to UK last year. More than 200 cars involved in massive pile-up in China's Zhengzhou. Taiwan to give cash payouts to citizens in New Year blessing. World news in detail. More than 45,000 migrants crossed the canal to the UK from mainland Europe in 2022, surpassing the previous year's record by more than 17,000, according to government figures released Sunday. The issue has become a huge political problem for the Conservative government, which has promised to bring down illegal immigration and break the smuggling gangs that carry out the crossings. In total, 45,756 people made the dangerous small boat crossing of one of the world's busiest shipping lanes last year, compared with 28,526 in 2021. 4 people died last month when a small boat packed with migrants capsized in freezing temperatures in the canal. 1 person was killed during a massive pile-up involving more than 200 vehicles in the central Chinese city Zhengzhou today. The pile-up took place on a bridge that was shrouded in heavy morning fog, which caused multiple vehicles to crash. Photos from this scene show the long multi-lane bridge stretching across fields and the Yellow River, strewn with vehicles crammed into each other. Cars, cargo trucks, lorries, and other vehicles can be seen in the pile-up. Taiwan plans to give cash payouts of nearly $200 to every citizen this year, Premier Zhu Zhengchang has announced, saying the island's economic growth will be shared by everyone. The export-reliant economy, a global tech powerhouse for products including semiconductors, chips, grew 6.45% in 2021, the fastest rate since it expanded 10.25% in 2010. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. A record 45,000 migrants made canal crossing to UK last year. More than 200 cars involved in massive pile-up in Chinese Zhengzhou. Taiwan to give cash payouts to citizens in New Year blessing. That ends world news.
Development news.
Nanotechnology water treatment plants to the north to solve drinking water issue. Resettlement Division of the Ministry of Urban Development and Housing says 15 nanotechnology water treatment plants will be installed to control the kidney disease prevalent in the northern province and solve the drinking water problem of the people in those areas. Accordingly, 4 nano water treatment plants will be established in Mullaitivu district and 23 nano water treatment plants will be established each in Kilinochchi and Vavuniya districts. That ends development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Motorsports, professional rally driver and the YouTube star Ken Block died in a snowmobile accident on Monday. His Hoonigan racing team announced he was 55. The accident occurred at 2 p.m. when Block was riding a snowmobile down a steep slope in Washtenaw County, Utah, according to the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office said the snowmobile upended and landed on the top of Block, and he was later pronounced dead at the scene from injuries sustained in the accident. That ends the sports news.
Let us turn this difficult time that we are facing now to a positive opportunity. We must rise up as a nation in 2023. NSB will extend its fullest support for you to rise with confidence. NSB, the safest place for you.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A fully owned subsidiary of the Sampath Bank Group's Siapath Finance, now comprising a network of 42 branches in its island-wide network. The branch located at number 804 Main Street, Kaduruvela, Polonnaruwa, was ceremonially declared open recently by the Managing Director of the Siapath Finance, Mr. Anand Seneviratne, moving forward with the objective of engaging an extensive audience and satisfactory and improved customer experience to the people in the area, with a view of offering trusted solutions for the financial needs of the people in the North Central Province. The latest fully-fledged branch claims modern facilities and is geared to provide customers with comprehensive service offerings including leasing, hire purchase, business loans, gold loans, factoring as well as fixed deposits. A competent and well-trained group of professionals in the new branch is fully equipped to serve the financial needs of the Siapath Finance customers. That ends business news.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank.
Let us turn this difficult time that we are facing now to a positive opportunity. We must rise up as a nation in 2023. NSB will extend its fullest support for you to rise with confidence. NSB, the safest place for you.
Economic news, courtesy of
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Shipping liberalization reforms essential to export-led economic recovery. While the topic of shipping liberalization has generally been the subject of the frequent and heated debate in 2022, key stakeholders across Sri Lanka's logistics and export sectors have become increasingly unified in their call for urgent liberalization of the island shipping industry, with shipping and freight forwarding agencies being the most immediate requirement. That ends economic news.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Weather report.
A change in the prevailing dry weather condition is expected from tomorrow onwards. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in eastern and Uva provinces and in Polonnaru and Mathare districts. Fairly heavy showers about 50 mm can be expected at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern province. Showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in western, Samtragammu and northwestern provinces and in Gol, Mathare, Kandy, Nuvareli and Anuradhapura districts during the afternoon or night. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published at 12:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather was cloudy. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 28 Celsius. Tonight's temperature will be around 26 Celsius and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 29 Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 32. The air quality is generally accepted for most individuals. However, sensitive groups may experience minor moderate symptoms from long-term exposures. That ends with the report. To wrap up the evening news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines. The President orders loss-making Sri Lankan and CPC to justify bonus payments. Prime Minister appreciates the transformative efforts by the Fisheries Ministry to increase national production. The expressway bus fare is reduced. Litro Gas decides to reduce the price of domestic LP gas from tomorrow. Accepting nominations for elections of local government bodies from January 18th. Foreign news, record 45,000 migrants made canal crossing to UK last year. Sports news, rally driver and YouTube star Ken Block dies in snowmobile accident aged 55. With that, we wrap up the evening news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka.